Hello Libra, here to do your December reading. My voice sounds especially groggy this morning. It's because it's early and I don't know. Either the colds get to me, my allergy, something. Anyway, maybe it'll clear up after I talk a while. I have a lot to tell you about. I think Libra is a really amazing sign. I can't think of any other symbolism in the zodiac as clear as the scales of justice. And I'm big on pictures and imagery. It means a lot to me, symbolism. And I think everybody else is too. I actually have a Libra in my chart in two places, Neptune and Lilith. I also have more air. My moon is air, Gemini. My sun's Sag. It's not just about me, it's just a reminder that we should do our charts, see what else is in our charts, because if we just go by our sun sign, it can be confusing. Might not resonate with that all the time. Do that. I had left the link in my information below. I like to read to everybody. To me, it's the same as how a lot of readers like oracle cards, which I like too, and I'll probably use one at the end here. But great authors are oracles themselves. They're sages that delivers messages through their stories and other forms of written word like poetry. I originally came to tarot looking for messages. Later learned that other things in my life that meant a lot to me, like music and nature, also deliver messages. So anyway, that's one reason I like to read to you. And I suggest you look to other things and keep your eyes open for other messages and connect them all together. Undoubtedly, when you listen to a tarot reading, you're going to get some messages. Other messages can slip by us in the day. Even at night when we dream, we could forget what our dream was. But when you come to tarot, you will get messages. What I did today was I picked a book up. One of the books I have, it looks like I just put them in the background for looks or something, but I actually have a lot of books and little stacks here and there. I picked this one up. It's called The Pearl by John Steinbeck. I like the design of this. So I'm getting a reflection from the camera or something. Anyway, everybody knows Steinbeck, but everybody might not know the book called The Pearl. It's not like The Grapes of Wrath or Mice and Men. So anyway, I opened it up randomly, just picked a page, and I came to this part. It says, Juan Tomas cautioned his brother. You must be careful to see they do not cheat you, he said. And, very careful, Kino agreed. We do not know what prices are paid in other places, said Juan. How can we know what is a fair price if we do not know what the pearl buyer gets for the pearl in another place? That is true, said Kino. But how can we know? We are here, we are not there. So, it goes on to say, before you were born, Kino, the old ones thought of a way to get more money for their pearls. They thought it would be better if they had an agent who took all the pearls to the capital and sold them there and kept only his share of the profit. Kino nodded his head. I know, he said. It was a good thought. So let's see if this ties in to other things that come up in the reading today. Right away, they're talking about getting a fair price for their pearls. It says right there, how can we know what is a fair price? It also talks about the old ones, their ancestors, people that came before them. So there's a lot here. I'm going to keep this on the side and maybe we'll refer back to it. So let's get the dice and get you some pieces. Let's roll. What can we get for Libra today? What messages can we get for Libra? It's an upright. This is a 4. That means it's upright. Even numbers are upright. Odd numbers are reversed. So we have a 6 upright. Okay, what can we get for Libra here? Another upright. Wow, that's good. 1 upright. There's a 0, so that'll be a second piece in the box. I don't know what's in the box. I can't see from here. Plus I mix them up all the time. What do we have this time? We have a reverse. Not that that's always bad. We have 47 reverse. Another upright, 71 upright. Let's try to keep up. With Virgo, they got 100% upright. That was the first one I remember. It might be the only one ever. You're getting close here. Oops, nope. 65 reverse. Okay. Anyway, I hope you looked at the pieces on the side here. Of course, these are all pieces I made. 3 out of 79 in the collection. All polymer clay. Painted with vinyl acrylic colors. We have the 2 of Swords here. And that's my idea about balance and head over heart or heart over head. Making a decision. In the back is a brain with scissors, a match, and a sword in it. That's instead of the traditional tarot read card, that has the heart with 3 swords in it. And then this woman, she has a sword, or is that a crown in her head, on her head. She's the Queen of Swords. Very interesting character in the tarot. She seems to come up an awful lot. In fact, all these pieces do. It's just the way life is. Talking about choices, hard times, loss, people speaking the truth, sign of communication. All right, well, let me go get your pieces, and I'll come back and we can start the reading. Okay, Libra, we're back with your pieces. Let's just take a look for a while, use our eyes, the shapes, the colors. It's good to kind of hone your skills at observing, and it helps with other signals and messages in our life to identify, come up with a quick scenario just based on what we see or feel. If I didn't know what was going on here, I'd say some pretty heavy looking stuff, huh? A couple things here are kind of bound. One has a man tied up, looks like a man. The other has a strange creature face right here. Looks like a mask with wire wrapped around it. It's actually 2 faces. This one's the 8 of Swords, which is a Gemini piece, which, we know Gemini has 2 sides. And the R's are for reverse, by the way, the little R's. We have pretty stark black and white going on here, a lot of gray. What's not here is important too. I don't see any green or blue. There's a man who's down right here. He's been crushed. It's like a soldier. I'll tell you what they are, how they relate to tarot. The white things look kind of like surreal, I'd say. Yeah, surreal more than just scary. We do have a lot of water here. We have everything but earth. We have swords. We have wands. Let me just go over them real quick. This is the 10 of Wands right here. That is about carrying a heavy load. Been a long road up to 10, just about completed. Whatever that struggle was, whatever that heavy load was, just about out of it. And then we have in the center the black piece with the rope wrapped around them and that little tablet. That's the 4 of Cups. That's about turning inward. Might feel disconnected. It's almost like the color's been drained out of the world. Pretty heavy energy, really. It's an upright, so. In traditional tarot, it's the card that has a guy or a girl sitting there looking down away from the cup that's being offered out of a cloud. And there's other cups in front, and they're not looking at those. It's just kind of like apathetic, dejected. Could be a lot of things. Here, I chose to bound the person because I feel like that's really the problem. Because it's emotions, it's water. It's more about how we feel, and we can get out of that. But in this case, we don't feel like we can. We feel kind of stuck there. And this can also have to do with having almost like a spell put on us. Some people would say it is a real spell. And that's why I have that little amulet. Well, actually, it's an amatory tablet, which is to break spells in this case. This one is made to send a spell back to the sender. So if somebody wished you, say, that your relationship would break up, that it would go back to them and their relationship would break up. Next to that, the head with the wire wrapped around it, two faces with a mask. That's the Eight of Swords. And that's about being trapped mentally. It's more your mind than your heart. It's an 8, so pretty far along. It's not like a 2 where, we're trying to make a choice. An 8 means been through a lot. The good news is it's in reverse. So we're just about getting ready to leave that mess behind. And this does have Jupiter. And Jupiter is the sign of good luck, good fortune, good things to come. Then we go in the back, the clouds. It's supposed to be clouds back here. That's the King of Wands. That's Leo and Zeus. And it is about dreams. It's a king. It's fire, very, fierce, fast. Kings get things done. They delegate to the knights. They've been around. Can be, they're leaders. And that's in the upright. So that's a really good piece here. It's the only court card. We have no major arcana. So whatever this is, it's not really huge. Shouldn't be real big in your life. And if it was, you are moving out of it. Everything points to that. We'll get into that a little more. Then the last piece, the back right corner with the little R, that's the Five of Cups. More water, Scorpio. And that's in reverse. So emotions are out of balance. Could be because of grief or some kind of losses. But because it's in reverse, it's about rejoining, the rest of the world and using your gifts to move forward. I'll just throw out there that we have a 4, 5, 8, 10, and Court King. Seems like a progression. There's no duplicates so far. We're going to pull a couple cards in a little bit. Maybe we'll get some duplicates or more court cards, because right now we only have one court piece. If we relate this to the moon, what's happening right now, we have the waning crescent in Virgo. And that's all about a time to recuperate so we can be completely open to the next cycle. And that goes with these pieces here, in my opinion. The next cycle will be about rebirth, regeneration. And then if we go back to the Ten of Wands, that could be about rebuilding. Something's fell down here. It's like this guy has pillars laying on him or debris. And this is about, after 10, we rebuild. So what's that, the 3 R's? Rebuild, rebirth, regeneration. So that's the pieces. And, general background on each one of them. So my take on this whole thing is pretty simple. Libra, like a lot of us, are always looking forward, looking for balance, looking for justice. But sometimes the world around us, other people, politics, health, circumstances, they throw us off, can hurt us, take us off our game a little. Here I see a few things that could put a person in that bad place. Taking too much on, with the Ten of Wands here. There's a lot of cups here suggesting something more emotional than physical. I don't see a couple here because we only have one court card. So this could be all about you or your person. You know best. Well, you definitely know about yourself, but you might not know about your person. Just, being bound, being stuck in emotions could definitely be about a relationship. We have the king here. It's possible he's the problem. He, she, doesn't matter. But usually this king's he's an upright, he's a good king. He's been through a lot himself and people go to him for advice. At the same time, he's not perfect. He is an authority figure, like a boss, could be a boss. He's very charismatic and can attract a lot of attention. Could be the other sex is the attention. Maybe you even thought you saw a problem, but you didn't have proof. And that can get your emotions going. Could cloud our judgment. Or you're the king and the leader here, ready to help someone else move out of their stuck emotions. I keep saying stuck because there's so many pieces here that are about being stuck, bound, wrapped up in something, can't quite break loose. At the same time, Eight of Swords is in reverse, and the Five of Cups is in reverse. And both of those seem to be like they're ready to swim out of this deep, dark water they've been in. The king is probably the best energy here to lead us out of here, whatever it is that's been going on. Then I go back to the, thinking about what I read in the beginning from the Pearl. They were looking back to the old ones, like the king here maybe. We have the moon, about taking time to rest up before the next cycle. Oh yeah, I just realized the pearl has a lot to do with water. And the two guys there are talking about being unhappy with their current situation. They want to get, make a better living from diving for pearls. And they're getting ready to improve that. And, they're looking back, they're looking around, thinking, what can we do? Planning, ready to do the work that's going to be needed. And that's what we always need to do. First, identify the problem, then plan how to move forward, what we're going to do once we get out of here, and then do the work. We can be offered a lot of things here. We could say, Jupiter's here and good fortune's going to come. Good fortune won't come if we just sit back and do nothing. So I think we should pull a couple cards to clarify. What will we clarify? Let's see. Get a glass of water. Hopefully that helped. I say we clarify the Four of Cups, the bound figure with the tablet, and the King of Wands. What card shall we use? I think we'll use these little Visconti tarot cards here. You can tell by my thumb how small they are. I'll shuffle off camera because it's just too tight in here. I shuffled earlier, but I like activating them right before we try to get a popper here. These are great for clarifying. Hopefully will help pull a couple things together here. Although I think it's pretty clear already. But for advice, probably use the Moonology card. Because I don't see this as a love reading necessarily. Could be a lot of things. Although there's no pentacles. And pentacles are all about money and real life things like health and jobs and family. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get some more court cards, and then I want to use the Rumi deck. Okay, one card to clarify the Four of Cups. Oh, okay, we got one. Kind of swam out of here. Two of Swords in reverse. To clarify this one right here. Okay, Two of Swords. Well, we know the Two of Swords. Here they don't show it, but Two of Swords is usually a woman with a blindfold, air sign, trying to make a choice. Two swords crossed in front of their chest, sticking upward, kind of blocking. Again, it's like blocking something. Something's stuck. They're trying to make a choice, but they can't make it. Now in reverse, that's a little better. It's about making a choice, but we're feeling like there's no good choice there in reverse. In reverse, that's the difference. But at the same time, we're being forced to decide. Time's up. It's probably a good idea to make this choice, whatever it is. It's always a good idea. At some point, you just can't be stuck for too long. Because if you're stuck for too long, the universe is going to step in. They're going to serve you up a tower. Judgment's going to come in. Justice is going to happen, whether you want it or not. You have the option to use your free will. You're stuck. Again, it's about being stuck. So it's kind of a confirmation. You're an air sign. Air signs are all about communication, intellect, thoughts, more than feelings, more than, say, action like the wands. So, kind of makes sense. That's your challenge. Let's clarify the King of Wands. What can we get for the King of Wands? For Libra. I have quite a bit of air in my chart. My moon, like I said, so I can get like that, definitely. Being an artist, I can become obsessive, which is a double-edged sword, like your swords. Okay, one card please for the King of Wands. What can we learn about this? All right, one popped over. It looks like we got a knight or something. Cavaliere di Coppe, which is the Knight of Cups. More cups. So it's another court card. Let's see, I'll get this one in here. Please stay. Oops. Yeah, this always happens. It's not that easy to get them to stay. Come on, come on. I need to get my balance going here. See, we're out of balance. Does that make it? Yeah, it fits. Move the camera a little. Let's get a better look. So, the Knight of Cups in the upright. Oh, I wanted to mention the Two of Swords came out here, and I have a few apps I use for tarot, and they always have like the card of the day, and the card of the day in one of them was the Two of Swords. So maybe we're all feeling like that right now. I mean, we're all stuck inside. Well, a lot of us are anyway. I certainly am, being near New York City, being very careful. So the Knight of Cups, I mean, cups are about romance. Could be platonic, could be family. It's about expressing emotion though. It's definitely not about holding them in. Again, this might be our way out. Could this be the other person? Is this now a couple? The king and the knight, one a little younger maybe. The knight, very like empathetic, very deep feelings for others. At the same time, those feelings can change, you know, cups water, kind of moves around all the time, a little murky, little like waves, or at the same time very adaptable. It could be about immersing oneself too, immersing in water, immersing in emotions, going deep. So it could have to do with what we talked about as far as the moon, where this is the time to go deep, more of a time to contemplate before we come out of this, so we don't just jump out of it, deny what's going on. Still time to think before we move forward. It's the right thing to do. It's part of doing the work. Okay, so I think we should go with, let's use Rumi. 13th century poet, greatly loved. He's all about love. Let's see if I can show you the book. Yeah, here it is. Alana Fairchild. This is the book. I'll read a little bit out of it once we get a card. Again, I shuffle, but try to shuffle again a little bit. Kind of like this reading though. I don't know, it feels real to me, like grown up, you know, realistic, considering what's going on in the world. And if we're a couple and we're in the house with somebody, or not even a couple, a family, more restrictions, we all feel stuck. But we can also come out of it if it's more in our feelings and our head than a lot of it is. Okay, I'm going to shuffle, try to get a popper. These are huge. These are complete opposite of the cards in front of you now. What kind of messages, confirmations can we get? I'm going to take this one. Wow, this is wild, hot looking. From Nothing to Everything, number 16. From Nothing to Everything. What's that about? We'll find out. Okay. I can't read the whole thing. It's very, very long. It's like 3 pages. But I'll read something from here, I guess. You can screenshot if you like. From Nothing to Everything. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Rumi. If you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. So that's all about being open, being honest, like being an open book, a blank page, a blank canvas. Let any baggage fall aside, right? Blank canvas. If you have a blank canvas, you're going to make a painting, probably have your colors ready on the side. You have everything you need. You just have to attack it. You might want to think a little, but maybe not. I'm not a big one for thinking before I start making work. I like to go with my intuition. I like to start because I could always make changes, and that's how we all are. Be afraid to dive in. Nothing's set in stone, very little anyway. Okay, let me read a little bit more. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then, perhaps, you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Wow. I'm amazed at this book and these writings. So this is about shedding skins, shedding your layers, your certainties. Too many of us have fixed ideas. We go through life, and I try never to be like this. I feel like I know something. I think it's better to go at things in a humble way, as if you know nothing. This talks about gone are fixed identities. There's that word fixed. And definite opinions. Get rid of those fixed identities and definite opinions. Open up. Cast those shackles aside. You won't cease to exist. You won't die because you opened yourself up to different ideas and feelings, just as important. If you do that, if you open up, you become a blank page. Another emanation of you awaits. You become a blazing angel. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener of the soul. That's what we're talking about here today too. That's more the stage we're at. You're not throwing away everything, more or less pruning. It's more of an act of culling, and things will shine brighter in the future. A greater story to be impressed upon your essence. Yeah, check it out. I suggest getting the book. It's amazing. The whole deck, the book. They call it a kit. Okay, Libra. I hope you're able to get a few messages out of here that, are useful to you, along with everything else happening in your life. Keep your eyes open for other signs and signals. Come back again, and please don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Love y'all.